And I will say this to you because you'll get this because you're an old school guy. And I think people listen to you because you have old school values and you're a principled guy. You show up in a suit and tie every day. Okay. And I know your tailors, by the way, and they do a great job. Okay. And you look great. And I apologize that I'm not in a suit and tie today because I'm home and I just had shoulder surgery. But I show up in a suit and tie every day because I'm an old school person and I grew up, on Wall Street, and I knew I had to dress a certain way, mostly out of respect for my clients and mostly out of respect for the people in my organization. And so Sam showed up in a t-shirt and shorts, and he showed up in white socks. And okay, if you're a genius, and when Mark Zuckerberg hit the scene and he was in a hoodie and he rang the bell on the exchange in a hoodie, we all looked at him and said, okay, he's the genius, we're not. He's the statistical outlier, we're not. God bless him. Praise his success and hope he continues to grow his business and create jobs. But if you're a fraud and you're showing up like that and you're meeting clients of mine and you ask me for help and you buy 30% of my business, and now I'm taking you around the world and I'm introducing you to people that I have 3-decade plus relationships with, and you're showing up in shorts and a t-shirt, but you're actually taking clients' money while you're doing that. That's a super disrespectful thing. Okay. And I'm sore about that. Okay. I am very sore about that. Who the hell do you think you are that I've worked on Wall Street for 35 years? I have no blemishes on my ADV Part 1. I have no U4 violations. My ADV Part 2 is clean. I run things very strict from a compliance-centric point of view. Who the hell do you think you are to trample on me and the people around me to do something like that? So I'm upset about it. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to focus on my business. I'm going to get back in the huddle and start throwing the ball again. I'm going to take risk, and I'm going to think about the business long term. We're in one of the worst stock and bond market environments since 2008. The first half was the worst since 1971. If you don't have the stomach for that, don't put your money in the stock market. Okay, buy gold or something like that, or hide it somewhere. But if you have the stomach for risk taking, you have the stomach for long-term growth, and you see all of the human innovation that's taking place around the world, and you see this new announcement from Moderna related to the melanoma vaccine, and you see all the promise of human invention and human innovation, I would suggest that people take the risk, ride the volatility curve. Stocks typically go up 4 out of every 5 years. Does this mean that next year will be a good year? I don't know. But I bet you over the next 10 years, staying fully invested will have been worth it. Riding through storms will have been fully worth it. There's a reason why the dead people do better at Charles Schwab than the living. So when they measure dead people's accounts versus living people, say, oh, the dead people are doing so much better. You know why, Brian? They're doing so much better because they don't look at the accounts. Okay, they're not tied emotionally. Dead people, it turns out, are not tied emotionally into their accounts. Okay, so they don't zig and zag at the wrong moments. Everybody's a long-term investor until they have short-term losses. The minute they have short-term losses, they start zigging and zagging and doing ridiculously stupid things. This is a period of time right now where people will sour on crypto because of what happened. They'll sour on crypto because of the markets and the price declines and the people like Sam Bankman-Fried, and they'll sour on tech and they'll sour on other aspects of this. One last point. You and I are old enough to remember the 2000 NASDAQ bubble popping and that subsequent downfall. We're both old enough to remember that.
Quite well.
Many of my friends swore off technology stocks for the rest of their lives as a result of the burn they experienced in 2000. If you did that, you missed 22 years of what is arguably the greatest investment sector in U.S. economic history, technology. You missed Apple, you missed Microsoft, you missed Netflix, you missed Facebook, you missed Google. I don't want that to happen to this generation of investors. And it's certainly not going to happen to me. I'm going to stay in there. I'm going to stay invested. I'm going to ride through these storms. And Sam Bankman-Fried, like Elizabeth Holmes and Bernie Madoff and Jay Gould, who was a robber baron, stealing people blind during the railroad growth and innovation. They'll be in the rearview mirror. They'll be part of the pantheon of people, fraudsters, that enter a space of great economic innovation to try to take advantage of people.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, got to do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.